Do you love making competitive games, but you don't have any friends to play with? Then we have just the thing for you. Make an absolutely unbeatable AI that will crush all of your hopes and dreams so you never want to play your game again. This was supposed to be a simple video about teaching an AI to outplay me in my own game, but what came out of it was honestly unexpected, shocking, and a little bit disturbing. This video is proudly sponsored by GameMaker, a program I've been using pretty much since I was a child. It's the perfect engine for making 2D games. For example, my indie game Will You Snail was made entirely in GameMaker, but it's also really great at fast prototyping, which is exactly why I'm using it for this project right now. You can just try out game ideas really quickly. It's super fun. It's a great addition to any game developer's toolbox actually. So even if you know other engines, it's just a good engine to know. It brings benefits. Yeah, I keep returning to it over and over, and it only keeps getting better as well. So there's a link to it in the description. Check it out. GameMaker, thank you very much for making this video possible. And let me actually show you what you can do with GameMaker. Alright, so here's the game plan. Make a competitive multiplayer game. Teach an AI how to play it because I don't have any friends who can beat me. And last but not least, profit, or have a fun game with an AI to play against. But as we all know, this is not how it turned out, or it did, but I wish it didn't. I usually have a very goal-oriented approach to design, so I love to start by defining some design goals. For this game, I wanted it to be competitive, I wanted it to be easy to learn but difficult to master, I wanted it to be relatively simple, so an AI can actually, learn it, but it also should have a lot of expression for skill, so there should be a lot of possibilities for different strategies and stuff like that, so we can actually see some interesting behavior emerge from the AI. Yeah, those were the goals, and I kinda came up with something instantaneously. My giga brain just, I don't know what happened, but when you see a list of goals in front of you, sometimes it just clicks like that. I came up with this. I totally fell in love with this. Sometimes you just have these ideas where dang it, that's a hit game. And this was definitely one of those situations. Every player controls a ball and the goal is to push each other out of the circle. And that's it. And I know you might be like, bro, that's way too simple. No! Look closely! That's exactly the beauty of it. They behave like perfect billiard balls. You can transfer momentum, you can dodge out of the way. There are so many different strategies. It tickles all of my little design goals in a very good way. It's very easy to learn, it's very easy to understand. In other words, it's a hit game. I made a hit game. Amazing! Wow! I figured out the early game was still a bit lacking, cause the best strategy was clearly to just keep bumping into each other like this, so I added a barrier in the middle of the field that disappears after 2 seconds, and I think this allows for a lot more varied opening strategies now. I'm in love, okay? So let's make our baby a little pretty, cause I don't want to look at this for the rest of the video. You're ugly! Ugly, ugly, ugly! I quickly made some art in Photoshop, taking some inspiration from, actual billiard with the green playing field and the billiard balls. So kind of classy but also modern was what I was going for. And after all of that AI talk in the last video, I also felt like making all of the sound effects from scratch. So I grabbed some objects that I had lying around in my house and quickly recorded some. Yeah, the sound effects implemented into the game, and I must say, overall I'm very happy. It's pretty, it's clean, it's simple, and it sounds great. Hell yeah. And from a gameplay perspective, I made this in GameMaker in like 1 day. GameMaker, very fast. Very, very fast. Oh my god, my little baby is so pretty. So pretty. Little tip, if you love your game, do not make an unbeatable AI for it. Why? Oh, you'll see why. So now we have a fun game, but nobody to play against, which is not great. But we can fix that by making a AI. AI! Yeah. My plan was to use neural evolution, or simply explained, you could look at it like a randomized math function that takes certain numbers from the game as an input, for example, the player position or the player speed, and uses that to calculate, in our case, the movement of the ball. As this is a randomized math function, at the beginning it produces complete crap, and our AI just rolls off the field in various directions. So how to fix that? We use the power of evolution. Inspired by how evolution actually works in nature, we make small changes to our math function, and every time the change results in the AI playing better than before, we keep it. Otherwise it dies. It dies a horrible death. So basically the best math functions survive and the other ones die. I actually tried this method on a different game before. You can find that video on this channel here as well. And it didn't really work out, but I've learned some new stuff since then, so I want to give it a go again. You know, the definition of insanity is to try the same thing over and over and expect a different result. So let's see if we'll get a different result this time. Wow, so this master level code here should in theory train a couple of generations, and then after each generation tell me how strong they are. And for some reason the numbers don't get higher, they get lower. Why is that? Why does the AI apparently get worse? And then it goes down. No! I'm evolving in the wrong direction. AI go brrr. So I basically just watch numbers go up. So that right here is the fitness. Come on, go up, you pesky little number. And then all of these bars here are all of the fitness values from all of the individual AIs. So we have 100 AIs, and the ones with the best fitness survive. And these die here, each generation. You can handle it. I can hear you. You're sweating, I know. Very good, very good. I wanted to leave it and go to bed. New day. You hope you've been busy? Ooh, nice. Cool, so on screen here we have two of my homemade hard-coded AI. Number 2 is the one that just always aims directly at you. Number 1 is an AI that just doesn't move at all. These two are hard-coded, no training involved. Obviously, we know how this is gonna go, right? Bam. The one that aims at the other one is just straight up gonna win, easy peasy. And then we can also see the mirror match, which in this case is not very exciting. Wow, white wins. But here's where it gets interesting, because here we have the first trained AI. Number 3 is one that has basically evolved through evolution. And let's see if it can beat our basic aiming AI. Easy peasy, easy clap. And the mirror match, probably easy clap as well, right? Oh, bam, hell yeah. So here's where it gets interesting. Remember, every new version of the AI managed to beat all of the previous versions. So number 4 can beat number 3, number 2, and number 1. That's basically the entire idea of my training method is I only save versions that can beat all of the previous versions. So number 4 is one that can beat all of the previous versions. Let's see how it does against the previous version. Bam, easy clap, okay. Let's see how good they get. Number 8, yes, yes, hoopa, hoopa, hoopa. Let's see our strongest contender. Give it up for number 20. Woo! I like that these matches are getting longer. Seriously, that is the anticlimactic ending you're gonna give us. Fine, woo, you won! That's not gonna work against me though. I crush these AIs. Okay, but for that I actually need to do some more coding so I can play against them myself. Okay, now it's me versus the AI. Okay, so the first one is fairly easy because it doesn't do anything. Also, that's one of the hard-coded ones. The second one is also hard-coded. That's the one that just aims at me and I destroy it. 3, the first AI trained one, but I think it's gonna be pretty easy. Yeah, get out of here. Well, let's see for how long we can do this. 18. Oh man, okay. Actually, all of these are still pretty lame, not gonna lie. 19, you're a big disappointment. I think 20 is gonna be a big disappointment as well, isn't it? Clearly something's not quite working correctly. Even after improving the AI and giving it more time to train, the results were iffy at best. So all in all, a big disappointment. I think my main mistake was that I heavily underestimated the complexity of my game. On the one hand, that's great news because it means my game might have more depth than I expected. On the other hand, that means I think my neural network is just not gonna be able to handle it. At the very least, not using my current method. Okay, so I thought if we can't train an AI, then let's code one the traditional way. Yeah. I was disappointed as well, but turns out the biggest surprise was actually still ahead of me. Alright, so I set up a little framework where we can write our own hard-coded AI. And first of all, I'm gonna show you how the simple follow AI works like. Very, very simple. We'll just take the X position of the other player and subtract the own X position. And then we'll do the same for Y. Okay. Yeah. It seems to be working, as we can see. The AI is following me around and aiming directly at me, which is obviously that alone is not very intelligent yet, but I'll just see. Coding a video game AI the traditional way, you know, just hard coding in all of the rules, actually has one very big advantage. It requires you to understand your own game really well. So it is basically a process of trial and error. You try out a couple of different things, you try out different algorithms, and then over time you iteratively figure out what it takes to be good at your game, and then you tell the AI to do exactly that. So it really forces you to think about your game from a new perspective. So there it was, the final show match. Did I finally create a worthy sparring partner who could take me on? Or would the AI lose horribly to my excellent mastery of the game? We shall see in this show match. Best of 7 against the AI. Let's start. Okay, that was a really that one, it doesn't count. That was a really shameful loss. Frick! I still think I gotta try the exploit where I lure it really far to the edge, and then maybe I can. Yeah. Oh, see, I almost got it there. That was not bad. Frick you, AI. No! 2 points for the AI. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Oh no, it's not a yes, it's a no. It clearly is in the aggressive mode, which means I pretty much lost. Yeah, there it is. I'm telling you, this game was really fun before I made this AI. Now it's not fun anymore. How can that be? I really loved this game before. I loved this game so much before I made this AI, and now it's so frustrating. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All of those, by the way, they do not count. Here comes match point. The AI only needs 1 more point to win. I have yet to score a single point. Oh my god, I think I had a window there. And I missed it. No! The AI I wrote is like 200 lines of code, so in hindsight it kind of makes sense that I couldn't teach this to a neural network with like 20 neurons. This is definitely a topic I'm interested in, so I think I'll just have to try a different method next time. There's a machine learning game maker extension I'm kind of having an eye on. We'll see where my curiosity takes me, I guess. And oh my god, what is that? I actually finished the game. You can either play locally against friends, or you can also play against AI, including my Unbeatable AI. In fact, there are 7 different AIs you can play against. They get progressively harder and harder. Jonas finished a game. How is this possible? The AI is pretty much unbeatable now, so I got what I asked for. On the one hand, I really regret making it, cause now I can see the flaws of my game so clearly. There's not enough comeback potential. It all comes down to the first seconds of the game if both sides play well. And also it's just not fun to play against this AI anymore. It just feels unfair. On the other hand, knowing the flaws of the game will of course help us to address those flaws in the future. For example, from here we could add a block mechanic to the game, or we could add some objects at the sides that you can bounce off of. Why do I say we? Well, I have a little bit of a surprise for you. I decided to publish the entirety of this project as public domain. So that means all of the sound effects, all of the art I made, all of the code I wrote is now yours. You can do with it whatever you want. Literally whatever you want. You can make spin-off games, you can sell the game, whatever. It's yours. It's yours. The only catch is that it's only available as a Game Maker project. So if you want to have it, download Game Maker, give it a go now. Thank you very much to Game Maker for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. Like, the only reason why I can publish the game files is because Game Maker paid me already. So I don't care about the rest. Thank you very much, Game Maker, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Highly recommend you check out Game Maker and check out my game Broing in Game Maker if you want to. Do with it whatever you want. I'm curious to see it. See you in the next one. Bye.